Hi Olive Branch family, I just wanted to take a few minutes to encourage you guys and talk about finding patience in the waiting. Waiting can be such a hard thing and sometimes even painful. And you may be waiting on something right now. You could be waiting on that right job to come around, waiting on that right relationship, or just waiting for those finances to come together. The list goes on and on. We all have that desire for something, and unfortunately most of the time it's not something that we can just reach out and take. So how can we find patience in the waiting? First, we have to know that He goes before us, just like it talks about in Deuteronomy 31:8, and that we don't have to be afraid because He never leaves us. The Lord has heard your cries, and if you are surrendered to His will, that thing that you've been waiting for will one day come. But what if it doesn't? We have to trust in the Lord and know that He has the plans of our life in the palm of His hands. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's yours. Sometimes in the waiting, we just need to simply change our perspective. Instead of complaining and sitting in bitterness and anger, see it as an opportunity to experience the goodness of God. We can learn so much in our waiting. The Lord is always trying to mold us and teach us, so take this as an opportunity to learn. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord and lean not in your own understanding." We may not understand why we were still in this waiting process, but in this season, choose joy. Be joyful in the waiting. So many blessings are yet to come to you. I want to leave you with this last thought. There was an experiment I found on the internet called Stanford Marshmallow Experiment, and I found it explained on Wikipedia. In this study, a child was offered a choice between one small but immediate reward or two small rewards if they waited for a period of time. During this time, the researcher left the room for about 15 minutes and then returned. In follow-up studies, the researchers found that children who were able to wait longer for the preferred reward tended to have better life outcomes, such as SAT scores, educational attainment, body mass index, all kinds of things, and many other life measures. So this really made me think, how many of us keep settling in our impatience and are taking less than God's best for us? Think of the life outcomes that could be so much better in our life if we would just simply wait, simply rest, simply learn the goodness of God and find joy in the waiting. Hebrews 6:15 says, "And thus Abraham, having patiently waited, obtained the promise." And if you know the story of Abraham and Sarah, you know that they waited a long time to see the promise of God in their life. So just think, if you would just wait just a little bit longer, your promise could be right behind the next door in your life. So I just want to encourage you guys today, stay patient and one day believe that if it's the will of the Lord, you will obtain your promise. So keep pushing, keep being joyful, and just rest in His goodness in the waiting, because there is so much joy to simply be found in waiting. So I hope this encouraged you guys today, and I can't wait to see you all on Sunday. Have a great week.